Okay, everybody say hi.
Hi.
Say, where's all the equipment?
Where's all the equipment?
Like, where's the excavator?
Where's the excavator?
Where's the dump truck?
Where's the dump truck?
Where's the trailer?
Where's the trailer? I see it.
Oh, that's the gooseneck, but where's the big orange trailer?
The trailer's around the trailer.
I don't see it.
I don't see it.
How about where's the Can-Am?
Where's the Can-Am?
Can-Am's gone too. It's kind of crazy, but everything's gone. Everything is currently gone. Well, the skid steer's there, and the Duramax is there, and the light truck's there. So anyways, lots of updates on where all that equipment is. This one is specifically on where's the 308. So the 308 is sold. It is now down in, I believe, Fort Wayne, Indiana. So they're super happy with it, and it's working out good for John and his son John. Thank you guys if you're watching. So that is cool. And the reason, here's the reason why I got rid of that thing. Overall, it's an awesome digging machine. Like, for the size that it is, it's fast. I mean, it's fast, it's quick, it's responsive, it's fuel efficient. There's lots of really good things when it comes to digging with that machine for its size. But the big problem with it is it was just too expensive. Like, way too expensive. There are a lot of reasons. If I could go back and change things, I wouldn't have bought that damn near brand new machine. Sold it as a brand new machine, price wise, and what had happened is when I went to try and sell it, I bought it for about $130,000. Went to try and sell it like a year later maybe, and Kat informed me that the price of the machine, its value, went down substantially by like 20% due to European machines that don't meet U.S. standards, U.S. emission standards. Those machines were being bought on basically the black market, imported over here, and then sold. That's why you saw a lot of cheap 308s, brand new 308s for $85,000, $90,000. It was likely those machines. The other thing with that machine too, or the 308 that I had, why it was so expensive, it's pretty well loaded out. It did have it was all set up for the case drain. The case drain wasn't put in it when I got it, but anyways, that all got taken care of. So it was a well loaded out machine, which is, steel tracks, everything on that thing was more than a standard 308. 2 buckets, quick coupler, and then the mulcher was another $20,000, and the mulcher wasn't part of the $130,000 either. So ultimately, it was just too expensive. It just sat way too much, and it's not. I mean, yes, it's partially my fault because I didn't necessarily market or find the work for that exact machine, but you kind of got to say yes to everything. I mean, or you have to for the first couple of years, and you can tune yourself in better as the time goes on. So, I didn't have the work for the machine. I would rent a mini, I would rent larger machines, due to time, size. There were a whole lot of different reasons why I would rent other sizes of machines to get jobs done faster. There's many different reasons why. So that machine, really, the 308, would sit for basically 6 to 7 months out of the year, and part of that time when it was sitting is obviously this time of year. They don't, excavators equipment doesn't move that much this time of year up here. The ground freezes, everybody snow plows. And if it does move, if we are doing work, it's 25% more roughly because we have to dink around with the snow. So just too expensive. It was really sucking away a lot of the profits that I was making, and luckily you know, with the dump truck and the skid steer, those things really, really produce well, and it's easy to keep those things running. And so they helped, you know, pay for that machine. But that's really ultimately like the reason why it's gone, why I wanted to sell it, why it's sold. So that is awesome right there. But overall, you know, it's definite clunk wobble coming from this truck. It almost sounds like it's a tire. These tires, as a side note, these are Wild Countries, like the all-terrain Wild Country tires. They're loud. They ride all right, but they are loud. They've only got maybe 10,000 miles on them now. I bought this truck with those tires on it, but I will never buy those tires and put them on a truck, as a side note. So anyways, yeah, the 308's a great digging machine, great little digging machine, very impressed for its size. However, if you're young and you're starting out, I would not buy that new machine. They're just too expensive, unless you have like guaranteed, you know, that thing's gonna run, you know, 30 hours a week minimally. And I just don't know that I'd buy cat. I mean, at this point, just wouldn't necessarily buy a cat, to be straight up honest with you. I mean, it's fast and smooth. There's a lot of good things about it, but for the cost of the machine, I mean, you compare that machine, which that machine brand new is probably 150,000 bucks. This way it was set up, exactly the same. If I go to Kubota and buy KOX the 80, the KX080, that thing with 2 buckets and a quick coupler is going to be right at like $100,000. So, you know, a Kubota is going to be almost 30 to 40% cheaper than the Cat, brand new compared to brand new. And you can get a lot of the 80s used with a couple hundred hours, 400 or 500 hours on them for probably around the $70,000 range. You see a lot of those on there. So, but overall, that size really just didn't work as well for me that I thought it was going to work. Just things that, yeah, if I could have known beforehand, it would have saved a lot of money. That's what it would have done. So when you're buying equipment or thinking about buying equipment, just make sure that your utilization on it will be very, very high, because otherwise just rent. And or have it be more of a specialty piece of equipment that is hard to find, and or like with that, to me, that's the skid steer, because it's hard to rent affordably larger size skid steers in the 100 horsepower, 95 to 100 horsepower class up here. You can run a bunch of little, smaller ones, but they don't do the work that the larger ones do. So that machine is harder to find to rent. So that's why, you know, looking back on it, now I can say it, that's a good buy, but that is a good reason to buy that machine. And then the dump truck as well, it's not easy to get affordable and or reliable trucking to sub that out. So you've got to, get a truck, bite the bullet, spend $30,000 on it to get it all repaired like I did this year. Well, when we get it back, it should be done maybe next week, and go over all the stuff that we had done on it. But you kind of need a dump truck. I mean, that's sort of the double-edged sword, double-edged knife of it, I mean, I've got lots of contacts to get trucking done, but when I did that the first year, I spent a lot of time waiting for trucks to show up. So, you could either schedule your jobs knowing that you're going to have a buffer of time and do it that way, or buy a truck and just get it done. And the thing is, when you have your own truck, when you have your own skid steer, you can do a lot more stuff on a whim for customers for clients than you would without having this stuff. So it kind of is a little bit, I might be going against what I said about not owning an excavator or selling the excavator and getting a new one. I'm really just going to rent, but the amount of excavators there are up here available to rent and the good relationships that I have with the rental companies makes it really, really easy to do that. So, and the truth is I'll likely have an excavator every single week on rent. So if something comes up, you can just use whatever excavator you have and go knock it out. So that's what's happening. What happened to the 308? Are you smiling back there? Are you getting tired? He's getting tired. Anyways, that's it. Like, subscribe if you guys haven't. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.